Hello lovelies, welcome back to my channel. Today we are having a bit of a coffee with Cass session, but with a twist. Today we are going to be doing a coffee tasting with 3 blends of coffee. So sit back, grab yourself a cup of coffee, relax, and enjoy this tasting with me. These 3 coffees that I'm going to be tasting, and all 3 are by Bluekoff. Each one of these blends is from Amazon. Here are the 3 coffees that we will be tasting today, all from Bluekoff. I have them in order. This is the medium roast, this is the medium dark roast, and this is the dark roast. So here we have the medium roast. The impression of espresso, finest 100% Arabica, premium, A4 medium roast. And you can see the level of coffee beans. So out of 5 coffee beans, this is a 3 out of 5 for a roast. This is delicate, lively, and bright. You can even see the map of the origin for this medium roast. And here we have the premium medium dark roast. So out of 5 coffee beans, we got 4 out of 5 for this one. This is smooth and aromatic. And then here we have the dark roast, which is 5 out of 5 coffee beans for us, and it's pungency, strong taste. So darker roast, darker taste for us. Fun fact, a lot of people think that the darker the roast, the more caffeine, but actually the lighter the roast, more caffeine. Kind of opposite. While the dark roast has the darker taste, it has less caffeine than a medium or light roast. So on the back here, it says Bluekoff coffee beans, established since 2000. Bluekoff coffee beans are delicately produced from Arabica beans cultivated on fertile plantations at proper altitude. To ensure the finest quality of our roasted beans, our green bean process is especially controlled until the beans are roasted by our expert with our unique profile. Immense care has been taken in every detail from beginning to end to guarantee you have the best cup of coffee every time. Now this coffee is a single origin from Thailand. It's actually directly bought from organic coffee farmers to the roast house with fair trade. So we have 3 delicious blends that I can't wait to try out. A special thank you to Bluekoff for working with me on this video. So just a reminder, these coffees do come whole bean, so when you grind them, it's going to be nice and fresh for you, but you do need to grind them obviously before. In my case, I will be using them in a French press today. So it's time to grind these delicious coffees before we can get to the taste test. So you can really smell the scents of these beans when you're grinding them offhand. The medium roast was super fragrant and just smelled so delicious as I was grinding it up, all the way to the dark blend, the dark roast, that smelled very strong as you ground it. So I'm curious to see if they will taste as lovely as they smelled while I was grinding the beans together. So first up, we are going to be trying the medium roast. Medium roasts are my favorite, so I'm looking forward to trying this one. First up, so for this tasting, I'm going to do a couple steps before I fully start drinking my coffee. So first up, smell it. Now this particular blend was really fragrant when I was grinding up the beans, and it still is after being in the French press. This is kind of like the type of scent that I would want. It might sound weird if there was like a coffee candle. This is the type of scent that I think would be ideal for that. Right. Now I'm just going to sip just a little bit of it. Sip, sip. I think this would be a blend that I would have on the regular. Like I said, medium roasts are my favorite, and I think that this could be one that I would have on a regular basis. Now, next I'm going to kind of slurp the coffee so that it gets on more parts of the tongue, so you can kind of taste more of the flavor and the body of the coffee, okay? So for this blend, I taste it more along the center of my tongue, kind of the front of my tongue as well, but mostly down the center of my tongue. This is a nice medium blend that I could easily drink just black. Most of the time I add a little bit of cream or sugar to my coffee, but if it's a blend that I enjoy, I can just drink black coffee. And this is a nice, I think they described this as like lively and delicate, and I could see that because it's kind of a nice, easy blend to just drink by itself. Kind of the backs of the tongue as well. And I always, just my personal opinion, I always prefer kind of the different layers of tastes and scents and everything about the coffee to outweigh just the bitterness. If the coffee is just overwhelmingly bitter, I feel like it overdoes your taste buds. It overwhelms them. So there can be a little bit of bitter to it. Obviously it's a cup of coffee, but when it's just like overly bitter, like sometimes when a coffee is sat too long, I've got that at restaurants sometimes. You can kind of tell that the coffee sat for a while because it's really bitter, and it kind of just overwhelms your whole palate. So I prefer to have layers of tastes and smells. That's when I can really just kind of enjoy a black cup of coffee. And even if I add cream or sugar, you can still taste those layers of flavor, I guess you could say. So anytime I'm trying a new type of coffee, a new blend, I always kind of do a little coffee tasting first with smelling it, sipping it, and slurping it. And then I go ahead and add a little bit of cream just to see how this new flavor kind of works with some cream, if one morning I would like some cream and sugar with it. So let's go ahead and add a little bit of cream to this medium roast. Now that we have some cream in there. I think this would be good with cream too, because you can still taste the different layers, as I was saying, the different taste to the coffee. Like, the cream doesn't overwhelm it. I never want my coffee to taste like water because it's too light, or to taste like sweet milk. I always have to have the bit of coffee taste. Like, if I want something like a fancier drink, if I want like white mocha in my coffee, then I do it with espresso shots, so it's a stronger taste with the sweet, so I can still taste that coffee. Next, we are moving up to the medium dark roast. Still in that medium zone that I like so much. Cheers once more. Okay, so smell. Okay, so sip. Definitely taste this one on kind of the tip of my tongue and kind of the middle, if you will, and then kind of slurp. A bit of a not overly sweet aftertaste, but just a nice aftertaste with this one that kind of goes across the tongue, if you will. I'm usually a fan of different medium roasts, and this is the medium dark roast, but it's not too dark for me to just, obviously, just drinking it black for now. I think with this one you kind of taste a little bit of the acidity. I think with this one you kind of taste a little bit of the acidity tones along the sides, but this is one that I'd be fine with to drink just black. I really do like the aftertaste of this one. That kind of, sits a little bit on your tongue. You kind of slurp it around. So this one is supposed to be smoother, and I would definitely agree with that. There's not like a harsh bitterness to it or anything. That's probably why I would be okay just drinking it as is, because most of the time I do take a little bit of cream and sugar in my coffee, but if it's a really good roast, I don't mind it just being the black coffee. It's not overly bitter, but like I said, I like the after taste of this one. And I'm going to add a little bit of cream to it, as I do when I'm trying out new coffees. See, I think it's good with blends when you can still get that specific aftertaste, even if you put a little bit of cream in it, and that's pretty much what this is. You can still get the aftertaste notes across your tongue, even with some cream. And then moving to the dark roasts. Now, I am a little picky with dark roasts. I'm very particular on the types of tastes and the level of bitterness there is to a dark roast. So let's see how I like this one. Now, this is the darkest roast that we'll be trying today, and it is also supposed to have a strong taste to it, as most dark coffees do. So, I'm curious to see how this one compares to the other two. Smell. It smells much stronger. I noticed that when I was grinding it too. Much deeper scent, if you will. Curious. Sip. Really hits the tip of the tongue and along the sides of your taste buds as well, at least for me. It's interesting, but then it kind of goes away a little bit. With some dark roasts, the bitterness kind of remains on your tongue, and now for me, with this one, it kind of hits and goes away. Kind of like wasabi. You know, it's spicy and then it goes away. So let's slurp. Hit. And then it kind of goes away. There's of course that coffee aftertaste, but I wouldn't say that it's overly like a bitter aftertaste. Sometimes that's why I shy away from certain dark roasts, just because the aftertaste is really bitter, kind of like make me overly thirsty after I have a dark roast. But this really kind of pops the flavor at you, which is darker. It's most definitely the darkest of the three. But then it kind of just goes away a little bit. Maybe this would be a dark roast for me. Usually I'm a medium blend type of girl. Really that tip of the tongue is where it is, flavor-wise. My favorite snack to have with black coffee is lemon loaf. It's delicious. If you've never tried lemon loaf with just black coffee, do it, because they like complement each other so well. The black coffee tastes amazing with a bit of the lemon in it, and like the lemon loaf tastes good with the coffee. Just they complement each other so good. So if you ever want to have like a black coffee tasting, grab yourself some lemon loaf. Trust me. Yeah, it's definitely like a punch and fade dark roast. Not too bad, because I'm usually quite picky with dark roasts. As I said, I usually stick to medium roast. It's like my happy spot. Let's try it with a little bit of cream. tastes good with the cream as well. It's kind of always my goal with coffees to have enough of the coffee taste that I like, towards like not too light, because I enjoy the taste of coffee. I don't want it to be like water. So you have the coffee taste that's enough and it's flavorful by itself. But if I want to add a creamer or some sugar or anything like that, some honey even sometimes, it still has those notes in it. So it still tastes like the good coffee instead of just like a bucket of cream. Then it doesn't taste very good for me. Especially when I'm wanting to wake up in the morning with like a fresh brewed cup of coffee. Gotta have that coffee taste. Alright, lovelies, that is our 3 roasts of coffee. Tasted and tested. We had the medium roast, the medium dark roast, and the dark roast. Lucky for me, I enjoyed all 3. On a daily basis, I think I may gravitate to more towards the medium dark roast. I really go for those medium roasts, but I surprisingly did like the dark roast, and it wasn't overly bitter for me, so that's always a positive, because sometimes dark roasts go too far and it's just all bitter. And then I do like the lightest roast we had today, just the medium roast was good for like a daily basis as well. So I do hope that you guys have enjoyed this spin on Coffee with Cass. It's more of a coffee tasting with Cass. And once again, thank you Bluekoff for working with me on this video. All the details about this coffee and where you can find it, the Amazon link and everything will be right in the description below for all of you amazing coffee lovers like myself. Thank you so much for watching, lovelies, and I will see you in the next video.